So, Gordon, I know you mentioned sports and cricket. So, did you all know that Sri Lanka's blind cricket team has participated every year in the Cricket World Cup, the Blind Cricket World Cup, and their deaf cricket team has won the Deaf T20 Deaf World Cup in 2018. That's impressive. You love that, right? Gordon's a big sports. So I am proud to introduce His Excellency, Mr. Peter Mohan Pieris, who's the ambassador and permanent representative of the country of Sri Lanka to the United Nations, Vice President of the 78th session of our United Nations General Assembly. He's a lawyer who served as the Attorney General of Sri Lanka and also the Chief Justice of Sri Lanka. So welcome, Ambassador. The floor is yours. Are you going to kick something, or are you going to slap something? Yeah?
I don't have
a... play cricket?
Of course I do.
Ah, there you go.
I'm a great cricketer, yes, of course.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Judy, for inviting me this afternoon to participate at this great event. What a treat it is this afternoon. I was fascinated with the music, the dancing, and the camaraderie and the fellowship that I see here this evening. My dear friends, we have with us, let me first of all thank the Honorable Minister of Social Welfare for being with us here this evening and sponsoring this event, and the lead role Sierra Leone is playing. Sierra Leone is a great friend of Sri Lanka. And of course, my colleagues who are here, the 11 co-sponsors of this event, inclusive of Sri Lanka. Now, I must also mention the fact that I have a special person here who is amongst us, who's come all the way from Sri Lanka, who chairs the Parliamentary Caucus for the Disabled, Honorable Dallas Alaha Perumal, the Member of Parliament, who is one of the most senior parliamentarians in Sri Lanka. He's with us this afternoon. We also with us, let us give him a hand. Thank you, Minister, for being with us. Let us also give a hand to a young lady who is the president of the Disabled Persons Organizations, the foundation, and Rasanjali Pathiruge, who's seated down there, and she's come all the way from Sri Lanka too. May I also thank the DPR of Sierra Leone for taking a lead role in this whole event. Thank you very much. My dear friends, as this is the high-level event of, just let me say something perhaps more serious. But before I say something more serious, I must say that watching the dancing and the singing was perhaps a feeling, I felt a feeling of resurgence, that life was worth living, quite frankly. Life was worth living. It is a lesson, perhaps, the resilience of the human family, of the human being in tackling our problems as the supreme irony of creation is that we must all, at some point, get disabled, if I was to use that word. Yeah. And that's one of the facts of life that we have to contend with, and we are differently abled. I wouldn't want to use the word disabled, but say differently abled. We have our strengths and our weaknesses, as much as I can be differently abled with all the help that you can see in me. So that's the irony of creation. So it is an honor, my dear friends, to join you today at this significant side event organized by Sierra Leone, the government of Sri Lanka, and my 11 colleagues who are from the different countries. We gather here with a shared commitment to fostering a better world, and for women and girls with disabilities, a world that fully embraces the cultural and artistic and socio-economic potentials of the different persons who have gathered here today. In Sri Lanka, I might tell you that we recognize that the inclusion of persons with disabilities is not merely a matter of policy. It's not merely a matter of policy confined to a constitution or a piece of statute, but a reflection of a core values of equity and justice. The core values of equity and justice. Our nation is home to a vibrant community of women and girls with disabilities who contribute in a substantial manner to our cultural and socio-economic tapestry. Now, their talents and perspectives are invaluable, and it is our duty, we think, that we create an environment that nurtures and celebrates their potential. I'm also pleased to observe that in recognition of that inclusivity that we have sung about this afternoon as a cross-cutting issue, the Sri Lankan Parliament formed the Parliamentary Caucus, of which the chairman is with us this afternoon, the Honorable Dalasala Peruma, the Parliamentary Caucus to implement the UN Partnerships on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, fund the inception phase in 2023. As a key activity of the inception phase, an induction training of around 30 stakeholders comprising of representatives from government, disabled persons, organizations, and civil society organizations was conducted in May of this year. My dear friends, creating a better world for women and girls with disabilities requires, undoubtedly you will agree, a multifaceted approach that addresses systemic barriers, promotes inclusion, and ensures their rights and opportunities. My dear friends, to conclude, may I say this? We have today embarked on various initiatives aimed at enhancing the artistic and cultural potentials of persons with disabilities. Through dedicated programs, we are providing platforms for these individuals to express themselves and share their talents with the world. Economic empowerment is another cornerstone of our efforts. However, I do appreciate the fact that the journey towards a truly inclusive society is an ongoing process, and collaboration is absolutely key. We must therefore engage with representatives from other states, share knowledge, build capacity, explore actionable options for socio-economic empowerment programs. My dear friends, Sri Lanka, I can assure you, is committed to this cause and stands ready to collaborate with all of you to build a more inclusive, equitable, prosperous world. Let us use this platform to inspire, to learn, and to take bold actions that will transform the lives of women and girls with disabilities across the world. God bless you all. Thank you.
Ambassador. Thank you, Ambassador. Sri Lanka is also doing a tremendous job in supporting people with disabilities. And Sri Lanka is a leader within the United Nations system and within the convention on promoting justice for all, equal treatment for all, and especially gender equity